hey, I didn't see you there. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy, it's the boy, Just Willie B. Yes. So look, I'm just dropping in really quick because I have great news that I wanted to share. Hey guys, you know who it is. It is your friend, your boy, Just Willie B. So I am dropping in today really briefly to just give a summary on a novel that I had the pleasure of reading in my English class this semester at Mesa College. Plug. Shout out to my professor, Dr. Bowen, for putting this in the curriculum and exposing us to African literature. So with that, let's dive into Folayan's Promise. Baby, I promise to give to you. Okay, this is not that video. But this novel, so Folayan's Promise has about 23 different characters and 36 chapters. Phyllis Jane Brown has traveled to 14 different countries to acquire the experience, the background, everything African. And the book has an influence of the Akan people, the Akan tribe, and I'll just put that information in the drop down and challenge you to research more on the Akan people. One of my favorite chapters in Folayan's Promise was chapter 11, the womanhood chapter. Ironically, I resonate and I can relate to Folayan's character a lot, having to be the serious, sensible sibling while everyone, kind of gets the leniency to grow into their whim. From an early age, I was kind of like Folayan, very serious, very structured, very strong-minded, strong-willed, and determined. And sometimes it worked in my favor and sometimes it didn't, like the old firm tree in Folayan's case. But nonetheless, her perseverance for me and the overall testament to her self-control, her anger, her temperament. Wow, that's all I can say, being a person who struggles with that in my own day-to-day life. To see a character so poised in such a tumultuous time was inspiring. And like chapter 11, the coming into womanhood chapter, Folayan received a zebra from her father, and she loved this zebra like a Labrador, chocolate lab, 2 months old, fresh out of the litter. And her adversary ended up killing her pet zebra. The tone of it is ambiguous as it relates to who's to blame for the death of the zebra, but we all know who did it. Nonetheless, the self-control that she showed in that scene in the book of her discovering the zebra and it being such a bloody scene, such a shocking scene, because her father and her brothers were on a hunt for the zebra because it escaped out of the gates and it didn't come back in time. So they went on a hunt to go and find it. And the dad kind of knew and Folayan kind of knew. And just seeing the body was just confirmation of her suspicions, but it was a testament to her strength and overall greatness. For me, the underlining message is sometimes in life, we're gonna experience some of the most hurtful situations that you could imagine. And in that moment, what matters most is how do you persevere past this point? Am I gonna be a victim or am I gonna be a victorious? So I love the book, I love the message. Thank you, Phyllis Jane Brown, for writing such a prolific story and providing the African influence to it. Thank you. While reading the novel, we've had several class assignments centered around discussions, comprehension and understanding, and summarizing what we've read in Folayan's premise. The book has 23 characters, 36 chapters, and about 400 reading pages in its entirety. The author, Phyllis Jane Brown, and my professor, Dr. Boland, created and collaborated on an assignment for the class where we were to compose a list of questions to ask the author. Well, I am proud to say that one of my questions was selected by the author to be discussed on her podcast interview. I'm excited. That was exciting for me to get the message from my professor indicating that, hey, Bernard, your question was selected by the author and we're going to have a podcast interview, and stay tuned for more. And to hear the interview, to watch the podcast and actually hear the conviction behind the question and to hear the story behind the book was prolific for me. It was a personal achievement, and I'm beyond proud of myself. So the purpose of this video was just to encourage any reader, all readers out there, if you haven't already discovered Folayan's Promise, to definitely check this book out. And thank you, Dr. Boland, for exposing readers and scholars to African literature, as important and parallel as it is to our society today.